Good morning, it's Thursday and it's the 13th of August today. I'm logged on to work for another work from home day. I have got to pop into the office though this morning. I'm going to go and get my work chair because I'm getting trouble from my hips and I don't think it's from the exercise, and I think it's actually from this chair that I'm sitting in. So I'm going to go and grab my work chair. I've also got to get some more audit evidence for my year end for my auditor that I haven't got scanned in already. So I'm going to pop in there this morning. Rubbish night's sleep really last night. I mean, it did cool down a little bit. We did have a bit more of a breeze, but it's A-level results day today, and whilst Tom's got an unconditional offer, so we don't have to worry too much, it still is on my mind that the results are going to be rubbish, because obviously they've even sort of said already about appealing and stuff before it comes out. Tom's college had strike action for most of the first half of the year, and then obviously the second half of the year they've had the coronavirus, so he's had a pretty crap year really. Lots of trying to work at home doing stuff, so I feel really sorry for his intake. I feel sorry for everyone who's done A-levels this year and GCSEs, because it's rubbish. Same thing for next year. I've got Ewan doing GCSEs next year, and he's missed all of this, pretty much, well, half of this year, so it's a worrying time for us all, but everyone's in the same boat, so you know, it's not just me. I managed to also get a nice big spot coming up on my lip. I don't know what that's all about. I feel like I've got lots of little spots everywhere, so I don't know if it's a combination of the weather or what, but not very positive thinking this morning. But so yeah, just a bit of a tired one really. I've got no meal prep done for today. I've got the chia seed pudding for breakfast, which I'm not really looking forward to, but I'm going to eat it anyway. Today's a cooler day to start with. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I know some places are having thunderstorms today, but certainly here it feels a bit fresher this morning, so it's quite nice. So yeah, I haven't even got lunch prep because they've been enjoyed by everybody. So so that's those gone. So I'm going to have to try and think of what I'm going to have for lunch. So yes, I might actually syn my chia seed pudding this morning and perhaps have something like a pita pizza or something for lunch, or just a salad and then a pita pizza for tea or something. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I've got lots of recipes in mind for this week, but this hot weather's just killed me off and stopped me from doing any of it. But anyway, I'm going to get on with my day. I've got payroll to do before I go into the office as well, so it's going to be a busy one today. But only one more day to go and then I break up for a week, and I can't wait. So I shall see you later when I have something to eat. Here is my brunch. I've got mushrooms and onion for speed, I've got tomato for speed, and then I've got some scrambled egg with a laughing cow stirred through it. So this is a sin-free breakfast, and I shall catch you later for lunch. So today's turned into one of those days. Since I had my breakfast, I've been working, and then I went into the office this afternoon, partly to collect my work chair because my chair's hurting my hips, and partly because I had to get some more information for the auditors. So it's been a really mad day, and I've only just got home and it's about 5:15 now, so I've still got quite a lot of work I need to get done. So I've got to try and fit in my workout as well at some point. I ended up skipping lunch. I'm not going to have it now because I can't see the point because it's almost tea time, but it does mean I haven't fueled my body for a workout. I did get my Nespresso order though whilst I was out. One of the kids opened the door for me, so I have got coffee again, which is really good because I really missed it this morning and yesterday morning, so I'm happy that I've got that. So yeah, at the moment I'm going to carry on working for a bit until I know when I'm working out, and then I'll sort dinner out and I'll show you what I have when I have it, and I shall see you in a bit. Bye. So I've decided to have a little snack. I've actually got to shoot over to my sister's with my niece's present, and it's now I think around 7:30. I've not had anything to eat since about 10 o'clock this morning, 9:30 this morning. So I'm going to have this just to tide me over, and then I'm going to try and find something when I come home. Everyone seems to be sorting themselves out when it comes to tea tonight, so I don't know what I'm going to have. Here is my evening dinner. I've got salad, which is lettuce, tomato and cucumber. For speed, I've got some roast chicken that's left over from yesterday's dinner, which is just cooked in active fry, so that's sin-free. I've got a pita bread, which is my healthy extra B, and I've got a tiny squeeze of the low-fat salad cream, the Aldi one. I probably have only got maybe a teaspoon or so. I've literally got a tiny drizzle. So that's my dinner, and then for snacks I've gone for some of the Paw Patrol pizza flavoured pea snacks. They're 3 syns, and I've got some iced rings for 4.5. I might not eat both of those, and Luna might share them but I've got them just in case. So I've not been on here a lot today. It's turned out to be a real weird day. So I went into the office this afternoon and stayed a lot longer than I thought I would. I caught up with a couple of colleagues, which was really nice to see them actually for a social distance sort of like catch up. Didn't leave the office until probably 4:30, so I was late getting home. I then jumped back on the computer and did a bit more work. So it's been really, really hectic. And then I had a couple of like work calls quite late on, so like video calls. So I think I logged off about, can't even think. I took Luna out for a quick walk, came back, did some more work. Might have been about 7 o'clock, something like that. It was fairly late anyway. I then had to shoot over to my sister's because it's my niece's 18th birthday tomorrow. So I wanted to make sure she got a card and present on time, and I stayed with them for a quick catch up. Came back via Morrison's because I had to get a loaf of bread because we had no bread in. So consequently, I haven't eaten anything apart from those Whitworth snacks I had earlier since breakfast. I'm sure I've probably gone over syns today because I had those snacks which were about 5 syns, and I've just brought 2 lots of snacks down here now, which I don't know if I'm going to eat or not, but I brought them just in case. I did have a handful of pick and mix sweets that my son had because it was sort of comfort stress eating, which I know is not the right thing, but I've just not had time to eat properly today, and it's just ended up being one of those days. I'm really trying hard because I can feel myself slipping into, well, I'm going on holiday soon mentality. But today was definitely a case of eating for comfort, and obviously skipping meals doesn't help because that's when you then reach for things. But I've been quite restrained. I've been to Morrison's, didn't buy anything naughty for myself. Just literally got home and made this salad. So I'm going to eat this now. And I don't know if I'm going to have the snacks or not, but if I'm going to have them, I'll have them. If not, I'll let you know. I'll put a caption on screen to let you know whether I had them or not. And that's me done for the day, really. Well and truly done. I'm going to sit down now and try and watch a bit of TV to try and relax. I have actually got another coffee because I just feel like I need it. And I shall see you again tomorrow for the next one, where hopefully I shall feel a bit happier. It's Friday and it's going to be a madly crazy day. But I didn't even work out today to make matters worse. I just couldn't fit in doing it and wasn't really in the frame of mind for doing it. So I didn't even work out. So I'm mad with myself for that, but these things happen. So I shall see you tomorrow for the next one. Bye. Good morning, it's Friday and it's the 14th of August. It's Friday at long last. I'm so happy because I break up today for a whole week and I can't wait. But before that, it's going to be a really busy day for me. Lots to get done. Yesterday was quite an unproductive day from a work point of view because I had to go into the office, so I ended up having quite a good catch up with a couple of colleagues, but not really getting an awful lot of work achieved, and I've got quite a lot to do. So today's going to be a head down busy one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and put a pork joint to be pulled pork into the slow cooker so it's got all day, but I'm going to marinate it first. It's only 7:30 in the morning, so I'm going to try and marinate the meat probably for 2 or 3 hours, and then I'm going to whack it in the slow cooker on high for about 5 hours, something like that, just so it's got plenty of time to cook. So I'm going to prepare that in a minute, but first I'm going to get my coffee ready and get logged on so I can start my day. I'm not ready for breakfast yet, so I've woke up and I've got a bit of stomach ache and stuff. I didn't work out yesterday and I still feel really achy, so I don't know if it's just because it's turned a bit cooler and I had all the windows open last night. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I'm supposed to be working out later though, so hopefully that'll happen today and I won't run out of time completely. But I'll show you what I'm doing with the pork when I do it in a second. So here's my joint of pork. As you can see, it's a pork shoulder joint. There's quite a lot of fat on it, so I'm going to go ahead and trim all of that excess fat off. And I've got all my herbs and spices out. So I've got out some cumin, chilli powder, onion powder, paprika. Ideally this would be smoked paprika, but I don't have any. I've just got normal paprika, so I'm using that. Garlic and herb seasoning, because I've not got much garlic salt left. So I'm going to use that last bit of garlic salt. So they're the herbs and spices that I'm going to use to marinate the pork in, and I shall show you once I've trimmed the fat off. So in this bag I've cut as much of the visible fat off the pork as I could. There is still some bits in there, although a lot of it's delight. I've cut loads off. I mean, it feels like there's still meat in here, but I'm really struggling to get the fat off that, so I've kind of given up, and this is what I'm left with. I will say that this isn't a morning job. It's not for the faint-hearted. But you see there's still quite a large amount of fat I'm going to try and get that off when it's cooked because I'm really struggling to get any more off it. I think although shoulder is really good for pulled pork, for a healthy pulled pork, I think probably leg of pork is probably easier, or loin, because then you can remove the fat a bit easier, whereas it goes all the way through. So I haven't been scared to cut this into pieces because I want it to be pulled pork anyway, so ultimately it's going to be shredded. Obviously if you're doing a jointed cut you want to keep it together, but for something like pulled pork it really doesn't matter. So I've cut right through the joint to try and get as much of the fat off as possible. I think what I might do is I might add a couple of syns onto my portion just to account for any fat that I've left behind. In here I've now got my seasonings measured out. So in here I've got 2.5 teaspoons of the garlic powder. So in my case I've got a mixture of garlic salt, and then I've got the garlic and herb powder. Then I've got 3 teaspoons of paprika. I've got a teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of chilli powder, and a teaspoon of onion salt. So because I'm putting the onion salt in, I'm not going to put any normal salt in at this point. I'll probably flavour it when I put the sauce in, so I'm just going to go with that for now. That should help to tenderise the meat as well, so it should be fine. So I'm going to mix all these seasonings together, throw them in the bag, obviously make sure it covers the meat as best I can, and then I'm going to leave it to marinate for, well, it's currently probably about 8 o'clock now. It actually took quite a long time to take the fat off it took about half an hour. I'm probably going to leave it for till about 12 o'clock till lunchtime, and then I'll make the sauce ingredients and I'll stick the sauce on and put the slow cooker on, because then even if it has 5 hours on high it'll still be ready for 5 o'clock, so tea time. So I'm going to get on and do this now. So there's the pork all left to marinate in the Ziploc bag, and I'm going to stick this in the fridge now and leave it till lunchtime, and I shall show you when I do the next bit to make the sauce. And I'm going to just go and clean up now. So I thought I'd do a quick outfit of the day. So today I've gone for some cropped jeans because it's Friday, work from home, so I've got a bit more casual. And I've got a t-shirt. So this t-shirt is a size 14, and it's one of the ones I bought in the charity shop at the weekend when I went with Chloe. So I'm quite pleased with it really. I think it was a £2 or £3, something like that. It wasn't expensive. I never spend too much. So that's it from the side. Still got my belly, but it's going gradually. So yeah, these are also getting quite big on me. They're a little bit unflattering because they keep sagging, but they'll do for a bit. Perhaps need to get a belt. Here's my breakfast. I've decided to go for porridge because it's a bit of a cooler day today. So this is 40 grams of oats, which is my healthy extra B. I've got 100 mils of no unsweetened almond milk out of one of my healthy extra A's. I've got 100 mils of water, and then I've microwaved it, and on top I've got a chopped apple. Before I microwaved it, I mixed in 12.5 grams of the peanut hottie. It's all gone now. This is actually out of date. I think it was April. Yeah, April. It's been in my cupboard for quite some time, but I'm sure it's okay, so I've just used that anyway. So this, according to what I wrote on the top when I bought it, was 2.5 syns for 12.5 grams, which is what I've used. So this is 2.5 syns for breakfast. I'm not sure what it's going to be like because I've never had peanut porridge before, but I just thought I'd try something a bit different and try and not sweeten it. So that's all that's in there with the apple. So it's a healthy extra B, part of a healthy extra A, and 2.5 syns. And I shall catch you later for lunch. The porridge is really nice, and it's really peanutty and quite creamy, so it's really tasty. But I have had to add a little bit of butterscotch sugar-free syrup from my protein to mine, just to sweeten it slightly. I think if you're a fan of like Snickers, it would be really nice to add like some choc shot to it or something like that to make it like chocolate and peanutty. But I'm not a huge fan of Snickers. I do like peanut butter, but I'm not a complete fan of chocolate peanut, unless it's the Reese's. Well, actually, that would have been quite nice. It would have been like a Reese's peanut butter cup. Maybe next time. But yeah, I don't think the apple adds an awful lot apart from a bit of crunch to it. So I might have to think about what I do with it if I do this again, because it is nice. But yeah, it's you could do with almost something like fruit that would sweeten it slightly rather than it being an apple that isn't that sweet. So I just need to work out what goes with peanut. Oh, actually strawberries. So if you did peanut butter hottie mixed in with the porridge and then choc shot on top and some strawberries, that might work. I might do that next time. But yeah, it is tasty, it's lovely, and it's really, really creamy, so I'm going to get on and finish this now and stop talking, and I'll speak to you in a bit. It's 12:45 now, and I've come down to put the pulled pork into the slow cooker. It's a little bit later than I intended. I got a bit carried away with my work, but this still should be fine. I've put it on high for about 5 hours because it's obviously been sliced, well, cut down into smaller pieces. So this has been marinating since about 8 o'clock this morning, so it's had about 4-5 hours. And then the rest of the ingredients that you need for this, there's a large onion sliced. I'm going to put that at the bottom of the slow cooker, just so the pork can rest on top of it, a bit like a trivet. It asks for garlic cloves, so I've got my garlic paste, my lazy garlic, because I didn't buy any garlic when I went shopping. I've got passata, so you need a whole carton of passata. You need 2 tablespoons of tomato puree to go in. 200 ml of water is going to go in too. A tablespoon of sweetener which I've not got out yet. I've got 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar going in. 3 tablespoons of Worcester sauce, if I've got 3 tablespoons left in here. 2 teaspoons, it's 3 teaspoons of Worcester sauce, not tablespoons, sorry. 2 teaspoons of soy sauce and 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, so I'm using the one that I used in the seasoning this morning. 4 teaspoons of paprika, and what else? 2 teaspoons of chili powder and 1 teaspoon of mustard powder. So I'm going to mix all of that in a jug. I'm going to put the onion at the bottom, then put the pork on the top, and then mix all of this together and stick it in on top, and I'll show you when I've done that. So here's the slow cooker. I've got the sliced onions at the bottom, then I've put all the pork in there, and then I've mixed all the ingredients for the sauce in a jug, and I've just tipped it over the top. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me. My son's just making himself a steak sandwich for lunch, so quite loud, but I'll link the original recipe for this in the description. I think it's the Bakehouse bakery or something. I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head. And it's a Slimming World friendly website. So this is the recipe I followed. So I shall link it in the description. So make sure you do take care and look at the ingredients list in case I get my tablespoons and teaspoons middled up when I was reading it out earlier. But yeah, this has gone on high now, and I'll put it on for about 5 hours or until we have tea. And I'll show you when I dish it out later. Here is my lunch. I've got a salad that's lettuce, tomato and cucumber. I've got some chicken tikka slices. I will check whether they're sin-free, but I think they are. I've got a hard-boiled egg, and I've got some beetroot. So there's all the lettuce, tomato, cucumber speed, the beetroot speed, chicken hopefully will be free, and the egg is free. If there are any sins, I'll put them on screen, and I'll catch you later for my evening dinner. Here's the pulled pork. I've took it all out and shredded it with 2 forks and put it back in the sauce. So that's all done, and I've just turned it down to auto for the last few minutes. I've just cooked some pasta in the Instant Pot. It's splattered everywhere because it's just pasta and water. So I'm going to stir through some Premier Light and some cheese, and I might even put a bit of the boursin in just to give it a bit of extra flavour, but I just need to work out. I think it's 5 syns for 25 grams, so I'm just going to work out how many healthy extra A's it is and how many portions I'll get out of it. Hopefully I'll get at least probably 8 portions because of the pulled pork. So I'm just going to work that out, and then I'll show you when I've finished it. So in the end, I've used obviously the pasta. I've stirred through a whole tube of Premier Light, which is 2 healthy extra A's. I've put in 50 grams of the boursin. Now this isn't a light one, so for 50 grams it is 10 syns, which seems like quite a lot. But when you think it's going to serve at least 5 people, it'll be 2 syns or less per person. The pulled pork is free, and obviously I've got some cheese out, so if people want to sprinkle cheese on top of it, they can. I probably won't when I have mine. I'm going to leave mine now because I'm going to have mine after I've done my workout. So that's the pulled pork done, mac and cheese, and I shall show you when I dish them out. Hi, I've done my workout. Didn't enjoy it so much today. This particular workout it's a tough one. It's got some real complex moves, but because you're doing so many exercises and it's moving so quick, I just feel like I'm rushing it and not doing it properly. Hopefully next week, if she breaks it down into chunks, it will be better, but for this week it was quite hard. Third round was my best round out of the 3, but yeah, got it done, so that's all that matters. So everyone's dinner looked delicious. I got everyone's dinner out just before I exercised, so I've had mine. Mine's been standing a while now, so it doesn't look quite as nice, but I understand it tastes lovely because there's been second helpings taken, so I'll show you what I've got. So this is the mac and cheese underneath. It doesn't look like mac and cheese now because it's kind of all soaked in, but it's basically got the balsam, 50 grams of balsam in there. Now this did serve 6 portions, but I'm still going to count 2 syns just to be on the safe side. It's also got a tube of primula in there, so that's 2 healthy extra A's, but that's split between 6 of us, so it's not a huge amount at all. It's probably, what, a third of a healthy extra A or something. Because there's only onions in there and passata, I feel like there's not enough speed, so I've got some strawberries and a yoghurt to go with it. Now, I have actually got some other ice creams. After work, I took Lena out for a walk and then I drove Tom up to the food warehouse and just to get him some bits for next week when we're away. And I did get some ice creams and ice lollies, so I might have one of them later. I need to check the syns on them because I'm not sure which ones I bought now and how many syns are in them. So I might have one of those, but I'm going to see how I feel because this looks like quite a filling dinner. So I might not have anything else after this, but we'll see. It's still early. Well, it's not early. It's 8:45. So for me to be eating my dinner now, that's not too bad, all things considered. I'm going to be sitting down in front of the TV, but still doing some work emails because I feel like I've got stuff that I've not finished that I need to get done before my holiday, so I'm going to be doing that in a bit. So I'm going to quickly go and grab a shower, then eat my dinner, and then sit and do some emails. And I shall catch you if I have anything else later. Bye.